Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And yeah, in this today's video, I'm going to tell you some important things for our backend playlist. If you can see this particular, this screen, you can see that it's completely changed. Okay, earlier we used to have the JS files, but as you can see, it is now in the TS. So now you're gonna think that, hey, we were making our playlist in the JS, but why the sudden shift we came on to the TypeScript? Okay, so if you have seen my previous video, I've already told you that we are going to complete like this. At the end of the video, we are going to have this into the TypeScript because we need a type safety. So as the project scales, we don't want to have any kind of errors. Okay, we can have those in place before it goes into the production. So for that, what I have done, I have invested my some of my time. I have not made video for like converting that because it's gonna take a lot of time. It's gonna consume your time as well. So for you all people, the good news is that the backend playlist, there will be a repository for it. I have already created it. If you see in the description, you don't have to jump directly after. Like you can jump after this video, but don't cut it off in the middle. So there is this repo, car app backend. Let me just refresh this. This is the old repo, let me tell you that. So there will be another repo, and this will be the private, and this is the public repository. So let me just explain you what you have to do in order to use this repository. So there will be this name. Once you confirm it, it's already public. Anyone can access it. Okay. So all the files and folders you can see over here, and every file will be in the TS. Okay. TS means that TypeScript. Okay. What you have to do basically, when you just come over here, you all people know how to clone the repository. You're just going to copy this URL, paste it into your terminal, and just install all the node modules. The second thing that you're going to do when you come to this src folder, you should see some kind of env. Okay, not in the exactly src folder, outside the src, like into this particular folder. So there will be this env example. If you see, I also have one env file. Okay, so I have these two files. The example file, basically what we do generally, we push it onto the public repository, but this env is a secret thing. You don't have to like share your credentials like env file with any other person except you yourself and the trusted person which you know. Okay, so the env contains exactly the same content. What you have to do, let's say we have the Firebase, you're going to have the Firebase credential over here. You already know that we are using the Cloudinary, so you should put the Cloudinary name, Cloudinary's API key, and the secret. And this is the database URL, which is the same for what you were using in the previous playlist. That is going to be the same, and there should be some change. If you're doing it in the development, you're going to have this node underscore env yeah, is equal to development port whatever you like. And these are the some values which I have set in the env, like access token expiry and the refresh token expiry. So yeah, this should be a constant. It can be moved into another file which is constant, but I have kept it into the env file. uh, Anytime we can change it. Okay, so these are the things which you need to fill. We are currently not having any Firebase into this project. We will have definitely once we have the Google and Apple login. Not Apple, only Google login and some analytics if you want. So at that time, and obviously here email and credentials, you need to put the email credentials, which I have explained you how you are going to set up this Ethereal email. Okay, so yeah, I think that is also not required if you run this project because we are using the test credentials for it. So let me explain you this particular project of TypeScript. What is the additional features I have added, and what are going to be there in this particular project. So if you can see, earlier we used to have all the controllers, but currently, let me tell you that as well, that authentication API, I have already added all the auth route over here. Okay, so you don't need to worry about anything now in the authentication part. Sign in, sign up, refresh token, forgot, reset password, verify email, and verify email with the token, and recent verification, log out, change password. Once you are logged in, you have the access token. You can give this API into the application, and the me which fetches the current user. So all the things of the controller are written over here. You will see once we have imported something, we are writing this particular at the rate slash. So let's say whenever I want. So I can just like write a try something like this. So it will suggest, okay, so what is the service and what is the routes we need to import. So this is the first change I have implemented. You just don't need to do anything, just install it and it will work in your project. The second thing which I have implemented is the locals. I never told you about this, that there's going to be the locals, like localization is going to be there. But I thought that we are already having the viewership from all over the country, from Russia, Thailand, and US, Canada. So I thought that why not to make this into localization. So it also comes with the English, which is the basics, and this the ES, which is Spanish, and this the French. For those who know the French language, they can have this. This is the Hindi. Basically, in India, we have the language called as Hindi, and this is the Russian. So anyone who is watching from the Russia, they can have their application in the Russia, Russian language. This is Thailand, for people who are living in the Thailand. Okay, and yeah, there is going to be much more localization going to happen. And let me just explain you how this localization even works. And again, I'm going to give you this access to you all people as well. This is the car app backend, the collection. I'm going to share this, and I'm going to give you the this link so anyone can view this, not edit. If you want edit, I might not give to anyone, like everyone, but whoever wants to like contribute to the project, they can just give me their email ID on my mail. I'll just give them editor access. But currently, I'm going to give you the viewership access. Like you can view this collection basically. So there will be a auth folder, there will be the card folder. Right now, only in just 2 or 3 days, just give me some 2 days. I'll just complete the whole playlist. I'll just uh, make sure that we will be on the same page where we left in the TypeScript I'm talking about, because we already have completed the project. Now there is this finishing which is left. So let's just say over here, let me just go to the sign up. Okay, so here I'm just going to give some another password, uh, test at the 123. Okay, this is not my mail and this is the random password and phone. Let's say I just click on send. So yeah, first let's start the backend. So the command is npm run dev. Okay, once you start this, there is some issue, I think. Yeah, so we change the import, right? Let me just yeah, it is actually now running properly. Let me just go and refresh. Yeah, it's running on the 8000. So let's go and hit the route. Over here you can see that the message is getting shown. So this is the Hindi language. So yeah, so what basically happens, you have to go to the header, you have to click on the accept language. Over here, if I send the hi, so it is Hindi. If I just type en and hit the route, it will give me the error message in English. If I just do es, so it will give me in Spanish. If I just type here ru, so it should give me into the Russian. If I just press th, so everything will be from the front end. If the front end's language, I'm going to explain you that logic as well, how you're going to have the I18 next in the React Native, so you can have all the front end part in the localization, as well as those errors and those messages which comes from the backend, those will be also in the same language which front end is in. Let's say that front end is getting used in Thailand, okay, but the backend messages are in English. Let's say user gets login error, so in that case the user would have been, would be able to see only English messages. But now in this case, what happens, let's say user has changed their language to Thailand, like Thai, and now whenever user hits that login API, user is going to send that access, like accept language, with this th, and that th backend will convert it into the Thai, and those all the messages which user will get will be in th, okay, Thai language. So this is how it's going to work. Okay, so all the messages which we send will be in the particular user's language. So this is how it going to work. Every API, if you can see, let's say recent verification. So even let's say it is in the English, accept language. I'm just going to do yes Spanish. Okay, so this will be in the Spanish, this particular message. So user will get a pop-up, hey, I have sent you the email to, I have sent you the code or the token to your particular email in the Spanish. Let's say I do fr, so it will be in the French. Okay, If I do RU, then it will be, if I do HI, then it will be in Hindi. So this is how it's going to work. And the another part is that ethereal email. I hope you have seen my previous video how to implement this. That basically whenever user do some password change, forgot password, or anything related to the token, it will send the email. Okay, and this email will also be in the same language which user has preferred. Let's say user has selected the Russian language. So basically what happens, we have some kind of templates in the backend. Let me just go and show you the email templates. So it's already hard coded in my email templates file. I'll also tell you how it will not be in a hard coded way. It will also be localized. So these all text we have to keep in place into this particular files, right? Okay, along with the keys. So this is how it works, and let me explain you how I have implemented this. So what happens, if you see I18, so there is this I18 package we get from the npm site, and this is the I18 browser language detector, and this is the main package I18 next fs backend and http backend. So once you install these packages, what happens, you come to this index and index.ts. If you can see in it I18, there is this function which we are importing, and locals index. Once you go to the locals index, I have implemented this particular functions. So I have basically added some constants that these are the languages I'm going to have in my project along with this folders. Okay, and basically this I18.use, we use the function with the init function, and then we in the object we write the language which is the default and fallback language and the supported languages. And again, it basically checks all the path. So it checks all the JSON files in this particular locals folder. If you can see, I have given the path, and this is how it works for I18. I hope you have got these points. And all the TypeScript, if I like have to show you, then it is in the types folder. If you can see, one particular file will have all the types written over here. For the car types, we are going to have the car and its types. So you can see over here, I have this car folder. Okay, and when I hit this particular API/cars, I get this invalid or expired token. For that, what I need, let me just see. Yeah, the login is successful. So if I just copy this access token and just add it into this authorizations block, now hit the API. Yeah. So let me also change the language so all you people can understand. So let me do just English, and the cars list retrieved successfully. The data will be in this block, this particular key. And this is the API for the car availability. So if I just hit this again, invalid token, so let me just add this token and then hit the API and also change the language for it. So let me just do it. I was basically testing this last night, so I have changed this. So it is asking me the car ID, start date and end date, so this API would work properly. And let me just tell you again some of the more things like the validation part. Okay, and how this translation is basically working. So once you know that we have placed all the keys inside this particular file, and make sure that each and every file is similar to other. The only the thing will be different, and that is this particular value. So all the keys will be the same at same structure. Even the lines, it's 149, and any file you can open, the line should be ending on 149, even if it is high. Okay, so you got it. So each and every file should be the same. Now, how you are going to basically use this key and value? So what I basically do, go to the validation and find some translation. So let me just open it side by side so all you people can see it. Let me just open the Spanish one. So what happens once you have, I already explained you how, to set up this into this index of these locals. So once you have done that, so let's say I want to use this current password, let's say this full name required field. So what happens, you have to give this key. So once you find that key, so what is it? it is full name. So let me see if it is having any full name key on it. Over here you can see we have this full name over here, and inside this full name what we have this required, we have this length and invalid character. So I have used this validation dot full name dot required, so it will use this particular value. And by any chance user changes this from Spanish to, let's say, French, so that person will see the different value inside we have written over here in the full name. Okay, inside this, so inside this require what is the value for the French, so this is the value. So the user will see this value in the French, and in Spanish user will see this particular value. So this is how it will work whenever you want to use the translation. It's not like you're going to write only English and then it will translate. No, you have to write each and every translation, and then it will just pick it based on what user is sending in the headers in the accept hyphen language. So I have also changed the middleware hook, if you can see. Let me just show you that over here. So this is the um, language middleware. So basically checks all the language header. Any request comes, so this basically check that what is the content language, and it's basically setting it, and to read it will read it from here, request header accept language, and it will basically check from it. Okay, and by default it is already en. So yeah, this is it. Let me just show you the auth middleware. So this is the authentications middleware. So basically to check, extract that particular token, and then find the user's ID, and then sending the user's value and passing it to the next. So this is how the authentications middleware is working right now. And this is the authentication service. If you can see, it is every thing converted into the TypeScript. There is no such errors you can see on the runtime. So the console logs are in English. I have kept it because no need to translate this, because this is for the development purpose. Only we can see it. And this is the car service, which is also having in the TypeScript without any issues and errors. And I'll also update this particular file if I want. And this is the email service I have used to send the emails for the booking confirmation password sending. This is the response service. What happens basically, let me just explain you this as well. So you all people know that what is the response service, but if you go to the controller, let's say auth controller, and whenever we are returning something, so we are using this response service, and we use this success, and we are just passing this res from whatever the service we are getting the response, and then we are sending that login, that successful value we need to convert it into the translation. And then that particular t which we use in order to convert the messages into another language, that is what we have used over here, if you can see. And the t is from IIT Next. Okay, it is kind of function which we use, and inside that we pass our message key, which is basically this. And inside again on the next argument we are basically sending one, in the curly braces we are sending the language. In this case it basically have this function method get language, and we get that language in the rest locals language. And how basically it is we are getting that into the locals. For that you need to go into the language middleware, and you can see whenever this language middleware gets used, we are basically attaching this locals to the resolved language, and basically it checks in the supported language, which is the array. And from that we check the language over here, the language accepted language, and we get basically the HIENES, and we basically checks if it exists in the supported language. If it is, then we basically have this resolved language, which we basically attach to the rest locals and lang. And again for the request or dot language we are attached there as well. So this basically we are using rest local. Even in the TypeScript you can see we are having this locals and then LNG. So this is the TypeScript we have added separately into the types over here, express.d.tsa. You are not going to get that by default because we have attached that language to the response. Okay, so that is what we have written over here. And the remaining part, let's say like upload and all the things, those are not working. If you see over here, all the routes are commented. in just 1 or 2 days I'll just upload like a next video, and as well as I'll push into the repository so you all people can see it and take a pull from it. So all those route will be in this particular file with uncommented code, and everything will be in the TypeScript as well as with their locals. And yeah, so this is it, and there will be next videos coming for the admin panel, so we can add the Docker as well into this project, and we can make this project live. So yeah, so today's video, this is it. I think it is around 20-22 minutes of video. I have kept it short because I wanted you people to take a pull and just start working on it. So yeah, this is it in this video. Till then, bye bye, stay happy, stay safe, and work on your project. And if you have any kind of queries, let me show you the Discord you can join. I think there are around 16 people right now. Only I am online. People are basically discussing like what are the when is the next videos coming, and yeah, you can join if you want.